What is going on, guys? Welcome back to J World Trap TV. We are back with another episode. Let's try this episode. This is season 6, episode 7. Episode is called Long Live, and we are feeling the effects of Big Stan's murder, of Pastor Jackson's murder. So let's jump right in. Let's go. So we start the episode off, and Papa, he is mourning his father, Pastor Jackson. Looks like he just found out what happened. And we go to Bakari, pulling up on Nuck inside the chop shop. He comes in, pistol out, and he wants to know why this happened. He tells Nook that he thought that family was off limits, and Nook tells him pretty much that Pastor Jackson wasn't his family and that they are his family. Bakari says that he's killed a person before, and Nook says that he shot Ronnie in the back and that he won't shoot a nigga like him in the face. And Zay's on the side, I can't read him, but it looks like he's backing up Nook. Bakari wants to know if Nook looked Stanley in the eye before he killed him. And at this point, they're pretty much saying it's Nook, because Nook ain't saying it wasn't him. And Nook tells Bakari that if Bakari kills him, that Zay will take him out. Bakari drops the gun, and he says why. He wants to know why, and Nook tells him because he was talking too much, and Zay says it was to send a message.
Not about money, it's about sending a message.
Nook tells Bakari that if he ever points a gun at him again, that he will not live to tell the story. And Zay wants to kill Bakari, but Nook tells him to stand down. We go back to Papa, and Jake and Kevin have showed up to support him, but Papa says that he wants to be alone. Bakari comes in after they start to leave, and Kevin and Jake don't say anything to Bakari, but Papa doesn't want to see Bakari. Papa accuses Bakari's people of the one murdering his father, and he is right. And Bakari tries to say, well, if he just washed the money, maybe he'd still be alive. And Papa hits back with his father was noble and he was murdered for it. So, you know, Bakari, that reason is not good, bro. But that's not a good enough reason, see? And that's why you can't be all up in the mix like that. See, you over here with the bad guys, but then trying to sleep with the good guys, it don't work out. So we switch over to Keisha and Emmett, and you know she's on her way out. She's worried. You know, Pastor Jackson just got killed, and they got this situation in the house. She knows that Emmett is working for Duda. She tells Emmett that he can't protect them, and Emmett promises that nothing's gonna happen to the family. She says, what if something happens to you, Emmett? And, you know, I wish she knew what happened, because Emmett don't got a good track record of defending us from you know, Duda. Emmett says he needs time to fix things, and he begs for her to stay. But Keisha says that she's gonna be sleeping in the guest room until he figures this out. And she tells him that if anything else happens, that she is gone. So Emmett goes to set up the guest room, but then Keisha texts someone and says they need to talk. And I'm thinking it's Mr. Nook. So Keisha, she know the way, you know, I'm sitting here laughing because I think Keisha, she know how to make her man move. She said, I'm not gonna sleep in that guest room. Emmett, you should have seen the look in his eyes. He's like, wait, I ain't getting no cat. We about to get this fixed. I'm about to go talk to Duda right now. So now we switch over to Jake and Trig, and they talk about their trust issues. Jake doesn't feel like Trig trusts him, and Trig decides to tell him about his role in Q's murder. So Jake kind of already figured it out, even though he didn't know the details. And Jake pretty much tells him that he shouldn't snitch because him being in jail isn't gonna help the community. So I like Jake's answer. I like Jake's way of thinking. We'll have to see how it goes. So Keisha goes to Nook, and they inside the smoke shop, and they talking. And she says that she's scared. And he's like, what, is somebody threatening you? And she's like, no, I'm worried about this whole Duda situation with, you know, Emmett working with y'all. And then he tells her straight up, no, Emmett works for us. So she says that, you know, she's feeling like they're holding something that can get them in trouble. And Nook says that there ain't no bullets coming his way. She wants Nook to promise that nothing's gonna happen to her family. And he's like, you gotta go talk to your nigga like that. Keep that nigga in line. You know, do what Duda say, and nothing gonna happen, but I can't really make no promises. She eventually gets him to, you know, promise to have her back, and then when he says he does have her back, she says that, well, that means having Emmett's back too. So Keisha over here trying to do things on her own terms, and, you know, I thought they was a little too handsy, you know, Nook over there reaching behind her back, they over there stacking their hands on top of each other. You know, she's not trying to be with him, and she's still calling Emmett her man, but I still thought it was, you know, not appropriate. You know, I know I'm not trying to be insecure or nothing, but what I'm saying is it's just a little, you know, there's a reason, and Nuck still like her, you know, that's why he be all touching on her like that, and I don't like that. So we go to Trig's office, and, you know, there's a lot of folks out here, seems like they're worried about, you know, Stanley's death. And Trig says that he wants to put on a candlelight vigil. How nice for the community. Let's put on a candlelight vigil. So Quincy says he's gonna make some calls, and we end that scene. So we switch over to Papa again. Papa's all sad, and Kenya comes to visit him. Papa, he's, you know, being pretty standoffish, and he pretty much don't want to see her. She says, okay, do you need some space? Can you call me when you want to talk? And he's just, you know, hella rude. So she says, you know, I understand you're grieving, but that don't mean you gotta be mean to me. And then he says, the last conversation I had with my dad was about you. And he told me that, you know, I can't handle this responsibility being with you. And at first, you know, I didn't listen to him, but now I think he's right. So Dang, Papa broke up with her hard. He broke up with her hard. So meanwhile, we go to Keisha, and Keisha over here spilling the beans about what's going on in the house to the therapist, talking about Emmett brought something into the house that's put them in danger. The therapist over here looking like she about to call the police. She asks if the situation is handled, and Keisha telling her that she's sleeping in the guest room until Emmett handles it. At this point, the therapist trying to give her some advice, and she tells her that things aren't gonna get right in her house with Emmett until him and her get on the same page. And she's saying that a lot of these issues that she has with Emmett really aren't from him, but really from the unresolved issues she has in her past with her mom. So we take a different turn, and she's saying that maybe she should bring her mom into these sessions over here. And Keisha at first is like, no, I want to focus on my own healing. But then, Dr. Kwame tells her, you ain't really going to be able to heal until you figure out this stuff with your mom, because you keep on trying to use these romantic relationships to fix what's going on in your life. But really, your mom was the first person to break your heart. So, people be trying to talk about The Chi, but honestly, these are the moments I like. I like these moments because this is some real spill for y'all. Some of y'all ladies really do need to go see a therapist. They'll help you out, because y'all come in with all this baggage and then looking for, the wrong kind of healing, the wrong kind of help, but y'all really got, unresolved issues you got to go resolve. And I'm not just saying that for the ladies, men got them too. So I'm glad that, The Chi is dropping these kind of real dimes on people. Sometimes this show really be dropping some real dimes for people to ingest. And, I'm not like really, yes, 100% therapy, but I do believe what Homegirl is saying right here is true. So now we switch over to Emmett, and he's talking to Darnell, and he tells him straight up, hey, Keisha was about to leave me this morning. And Darnell's like, why? And he don't want to say, he's saying no reason. But then, they pretty much get down to it, and they say, it's because of what I'm doing with Douda. She wants me to cut ties with Douda. Darnell is like, hell yeah, I'm team Keisha over here. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he never liked Tiff, and he wants to know how Emmett is gonna handle the Douda situation. Emmett says that he wants to buy himself out, and Darnell's like, how much is that gonna cost? And Emmett's like, I don't know. Well, guess what? Here, let's start doing the math. We got that Benz, we got Tiff's Maxima, we got the house, we got the clothes, we got a business in New York we haven't seen yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that's at least $1 million, bro. You owe homeboy. I'm guessing that house was at least $350. It's a nice house, so we gonna say that house about $450,000. Throw the Benz in. We gonna say that you got the best trim. We gonna say you got the best trim up in that bitch. So we gonna say that's another 90K. So yeah, we had $500,000 already. You know what I'm saying? Okay, actually, okay, not maybe $1 million. Okay, we got Tiff's car. That's at least about he said he got that off the lot cash. So that's about 35. He probably didn't trick her out all the way, because he not hitting that anymore. So I say he spent maybe about 35 on the Maxima, tops. You know what I'm saying? He got his new wardrobe. We gonna say he spent about 25K on that new wardrobe. So at the end of the day, we got that business in there too. So let's say it cost Douda about $250 to start the new business up. A little bit less than a house, and we are at a little bit under $1 million. And remember too, Douda talking about opening up on the west side. So when we do that, we over $1 million for sure. So yeah, Emmett, you owe this nigga $1 million. And when you start trying to collect the money from the restaurants, Douda gonna come in and make it more difficult. And this nigga Douda gonna want some interest on top of that. So we gonna say it's about $1.5 million. You ain't paying that, bro. I don't see it happening. Not by the end of the season. We gonna need about 3 more seasons for you to pay that one. But Darnell ends up saying, figure out the number, and they gonna figure it out together. But like I said, y'all, $1.5 million, that don't look too good. So we go to Maisha and we go to Gemma, and they up in the studio. Now it turns out Gemma's late, and Gemma got a whole new look going on. So I'm over here wondering, because we get this scene with her and Jake later on, but I'm wondering over here if Brittany done turned her out, because she got a whole new look. She got her straight hair. She got the businesswoman suit on. Maybe this is the new manager, multi-client manager look going on, or maybe she been done turned out. So they start talking, and Maisha wants to know why Gemma's late, and Gemma says she had a meeting with another client. So Maisha asks, who was her other client. And then she tell her it was Brittany Bakari's sister. So now Maisha, she kind of mad, but Jim is like, hey, look, we already wasted some time, play the music. So they put her on the track, and then next you know, Maisha come out with some bars, and she bad. She got those mad, angry bars. She coming out, and she spitting. So they feeling what she doing, and we switch scenes. So now we go to Shad at Deja's house, and they sleep in the living room, and there's someone breaking in outside, breaking into something. Maybe they was breaking into a car. I'm not sure, but Shad wakes up and he goes to the vent and he grabs the bag of guns. He pulls a pump action shotgun out the bag and he runs out there and he confronts the assailant. He tells them to get out of there. We don't even get to see him. He comes back in the house and guess what? Deja has seen the guns. Oh my God, Shad is an amateur, bro. You could have just walked out there with a knife or a bat. That was just some crackhead out there in the street. Why did you go out there with a bag of guns? So she's like, yo, where's this coming from? Are you selling drugs at my house? And he's like, no, he was just holding on to these. Well, guess what? She said she wants them out by the end of the night. So he gotta get the guns and take them out. So we come in with Emmett, and again, he running up on Duda, trying to run up in, and Nuck stops him. He says he needs an appointment. And Emmett trying to walk past him, right? But then Nuck is like, hey, I already talked to Keisha, everything's handled. And now Emmett mad because Keisha didn't tell him that she spoke to Nuck. And so he's over here pissed. And I'm pretty sure this boy Nuck just called, little Emmett a simp. I don't know, I can't hear it. I put on the subtitles, y'all. Even the subtitles don't want to tell us that he called Emmett a simp. Look at these subtitles. But look, he called Emmett a simp, bro. And yes, I have to agree with him in this part. You letting her go talk to Nuck about your situation with Duda and your money. And she over there talking to her ex-boyfriend looking for protection for your ass. So we go to Trig, he's meeting Fatima's parents, and they are talking about Trig wanting to have kids. So he's saying he want to have kids, but he's worried though because of his criminal past. And they tell him that everybody got a pass and just to keep moving forward. So we go back to the therapist session and we got Nina in the house. And Nina, you can tell she's not happy to be here. Look how she is on the couch over there, all curled up on her side of the armchair, trying to hold on for dear life. And she's mad. She's mad that she's being judged because she feels like she was a good parent and she did everything she could, even though, Keisha's father wasn't in her life. She said, I had to go to work and I gave you guys all of me. Well, Keisha's trying to say, hey, we felt like an obligation growing up. We felt like you didn't want to be there. We felt like we wanted some more of your time. And Nina's like, I gave you everything I had after my job. So, I'm looking at this, and even the therapist kind of teamed up with Keisha on Nina, and I'm like, because I'm a parent too, and when I get home, I'm tired, man. I'm motherfucking tired. You know how hard it is to do the shit that we do to put where the fuck we live at in this nice house, motherfucker. Hell yeah, I'm tired. Do your goddamn homework. I just made you some dinner. Now leave me the fuck alone. So Keisha acting like she wanted something more. And like I look at Nina, I think Nina was a good mom. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, y'all. Cause Nina says that, she never wanted to be a mom. She was just trying to be a good daughter and she ended up having kids. And that's how it is for women back there. They, women, they don't get good jobs and stuff. It's just pushed on to the motherhood and stuff. So she's saying, so when she says that, that kind of was pushed on to her and that she didn't want to really be a parent and she wanted to travel because that's what all these girls want to do now. They want to travel. They want to go out and spend money. They want to make money. They want to be independent. So Nina wanted to do the same thing. And now Keisha over here trying to say, oh, so does that mean you didn't want me? So yeah, guys, it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess right here. I can't break it down because it's just a mess. So now we go to Pastor Jackson's viewing. And Bakari, he's, looking at the body. He's still sobbing, saying he's sorry. And Papa comes up and they finally reconcile this episode. Papa says, Stanley looked at him like his own son, and it seems like they're gonna be good now. So we go to Jake and Gemma, and Gemma's over here braiding his hair, retwisting his hair, and she's asking him what she think of Britney's music, and he's saying he don't like Britney's music and that she should stick with Maisha. And then it gets into like a little insecurity thing because it seems like Jake is worried about Britney, taking his girl. So we go back to the church, and Shad walks up on Bakari with that big bag of guns, and he puts it on him. He tells Bakari that this is his problem now, and Bakari's saying he can't hold the guns on the streets. Shad tells him that he better not take those guns to Pastor Jackson's house. And then we see Bakari, he take that bag of guns and he running down the street like a crackhead with an arsenal. So we go to the smoke shop and Duda and Nut, they up in here playing chess. And Zay's saying that he doesn't know how to play and he wants Duda to teach him. But Duda's saying that he don't got time, but while they're playing, he tells Nut that he shouldn't be always sacrificing his pawns. And Nut is like, well, you gotta protect the queen. And then Duda tells him that sometimes you gotta sacrifice the people you love to get what you need. So he's pretty much saying, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that Keisha shit. Don't come at me with that Keisha shit, bro. I don't want to hear about, oh, you like this woman, so we gotta save Emmett. Hell nah. And Nuck already know. He do not care. So now we switch to Trig and Fatima, and Trig started talking to her about having a family. You know, she's scared because, you know, they got the FBI on them, and she's saying that, you know, having a family is a big commitment. Trig says that, you know, the FBI doesn't have anything, and this is all gonna blow over, and they agree to keep talking about it. So now we got Bakari, and he over here climbing through Lene's window like he's Smokey. She's like, yeah, you can't stay here, you know, you can't live here, and he's asking her to hold on to those guns. So I'm like, Lene, please, 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 please. He don't even want to show her what's in the bag. But eventually, she agrees to take the gun. So I'm like, God damn it, girl, you fucked up. Somebody about to come in there and see those guns. You know, Nina about to be cleaning the room. Trey about to be cleaning the room. Somebody gonna come in there and clean that room, and those guns gonna fall out the closet, and then it's a wrap for her, but they ain't gonna kick her out. So now we go to the real funeral for Pastor Jackson. And as we come in, Emmett grabs Keisha and he's asking her, yo, why are you over there talking to Nut? She says that you cannot control who I talk to. And I hate when these girls say this shit, bro, because I'm just trying to do this for, you know, for our peace of mind, for our, you know, level of communication. But she said that she's doing what she got to do to protect the family because Emmett is not. We switch to Duda and he is approaching Big Stan's body. And as I'm looking, this nigga do not lie. Tell me why he come up with that pinky ring and put it down on the casket. I'm like, oh shit. That nigga Duda do not lie. And guess what? When he leave too, he got them gators on, man. So as he's up here, you know, Pastor Jackson's wife comes up and she tells him to get out. And then Duda's like, I don't know what you heard, ma'am, but I did not kill your husband. And she's like, you didn't kill him, but one of your pawns did. And he ain't got nothing to say to that. He just smile and walk away. So he walk away, and why this dude got definitely one of the pawns, one of the killers is here. He got Zay and he got Nuck. And I'm thinking it's Nuck, because Nuck look back as they walk out. And I'm telling you, we live in a cold world, y'all. We live in a cold world, guys. People will show up to your funeral all white, like they did not kill you just now, like they didn't kill you last week. Show up at your funeral all white, like it's looking good, like it's cool. Hell no, and all these people here can't do nothing about it. They scared for their lives. So Papa starts to speak at the altar, and he's, you know, loses his composure. Kevin, you know, Jake come up, you know, to help him out and support him. And we even see that Kenya is here to support him, even after, you know, he told her he didn't want to be with her. And Papa gives an amazing speech, one that I can't summarize, one that I don't want to take away from. And we end the episode, y'all. So there we go. So, you know, guys, I like that episode. I like that episode a lot. I'm not even gonna try to cap. I'm not gonna try to complain. It wasn't like as good as the last one, but you know, we can't have, you know, people dying, confrontation every episode. I think the things that we built off of, I think we generally see the people are scared. We see why, like, because you know, this is the shot. So they're trying to show us like why shit is the way it is in Chicago. Yeah, a lot of these community members know who's doing all this stuff in the neighborhood, but there's nothing they can do because they're afraid for their own lives. You see what I'm saying? So let's break it down. I don't know what Emmett's gonna do about this situation. Emmett and Keisha are going different ways. Emmett's trying to work through Nuck, but we already seen that you know, Nuck has already learned that Duda is not gonna, you know, help Emmett for Keisha's sake. But it does seem like, you know, when the cards come down, it seems like Nuck may be willing to walk away from Duda for Keisha's sake. So I'm thinking we didn't see Rob this episode, but if Rob can get Nuck on his side, because we got 3 potential people who can come in and fix this situation. If we can get Rob, Trig, and Nuck all on the same side, we might be able to take down Duda. But we gonna need those 3 players because everybody's scared by themselves. So let's talk about Kevin. Let's go over to Kevin. They got Kevin looking like he about to move out, but it's only episode 7. So we still got a few episodes. They're not about to just let, you know, Kevin move out next episode and leave 8 episodes of him gone. So something's gonna happen with this LA thing. I'm telling y'all right now, something's gonna happen. Kevin isn't gonna make it to LA. Let's talk about Shad, bro. Shad. Bro, why did you go and grab that gun? Please tell me. I know, was that for the trailer, y'all? Was that for the trailer? They was trying to hype the trailer up? Well, why did he grab that gun? That was such a dumb move. Of course, if you woke up like that and she laying on your shoulder while you on the couch, as soon as you get up, she gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? So why? Why did you grab that gun? Why did you grab that gun thinking that she wasn't gonna see that when you came back in the house? That was crazy, bro. And you know, back to Kenya. So back to Kenya. you know, last episode I was like, man, fuck King and she did a catfish shit. But this episode, it kind of made me kind of sad, you know, now that he just changed his decision. And I'm like, yeah, you should. But I'm just like, dang, she is a nice girl. You know, she showed up to support him for the funeral, took the baby to the babysitter so she could be there for Pop at the funeral. And we didn't even get to see him talk to her afterwards or see if they reconcile. So I wonder where that's gonna go. I do kind of hope they stay together now, y'all. And last but not least, the last thing I'm gonna talk about, y'all, is this: where is the police presence? We didn't even see the crime scene. We didn't even see the crime scene. The police out there taking notes and stuff. We didn't see none of that. They just gave up. They're not gonna look for no fingerprints. They're not gonna try to figure out who killed this community person. We just gonna do a candlelight vigil and get it over with. God damn, this was the leader of the church. He was one of the leaders in the community. And we didn't have the police come out to take a report. We didn't do a fingerprint sweep on the gun. I know they was wearing gloves. We seen all that already, but they didn't try to figure nothing out. They didn't talk to no witnesses to talk about maybe how, you know, Duda was threatening him, because everybody seemed to know what happened. So I don't understand, you know, it could at least put some pressure on Duda to, you know, stop him from, you know, killing other people or, you know, going after other people. So I'm really disappointed that we're not seeing a police point of view, you know, an investigative point of view into what's going on, and we're keeping it kind of the family show. I like that, but I do miss that, because that was a part of this show at one point. If you watch seasons 1 to 3, they showed us the police side of things, you know, when they went in there and they did the investigation and they was trying to figure stuff out, why things was happening, who the players were, you know, and they was going after people. But then all of a sudden, Brandon died and we don't get the police no more. So, all right, guys, you guys know who I am. I'm Jay Well. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, put that notification bell so you know when I go live or make a new video. All right, guys, peace.